Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. In today's video I'm going to be using some Madame Glam colours. The first one I've got is Twilight Lilac. I would call this one a dirty purple. Some people would probably call it a muted purple. And I've got this really pretty pink which is called Spring Petals. I'm also, initially I was going to use this. This is called Breakfast at Tiffany's and it's from Nail Sugar. I decided once I'd done the nail that it didn't go, so I do change the glitter around halfway through, so you'll have to bear with me a bit. And then over the Twilight Lilac I'm going to be using Twilight Colour Pigment, Colour Shift Pigment I think this is called. This is going to be, it's going to add a really nice purpley sheen to the nail. So if you would like to get 30% off your Madame Glam order, there is a link in the description box below, and so there's a link that you need to follow and the code that you'll need to get your 30% off. And if you want to get 10% off at Nail Sugar, I'll leave the code in the description box, and the website will be on the video as well. So the Twilight Lilac, I've put on the pinky and the index finger, and the Spring Petals is going to go on all the other nails. So I'm applying one coat here. I didn't record me doing the second coat because it's just the same as the first one, but I cure each layer for 30 seconds. So this is the nail that I've done. Although Breakfast at Tiffany's is so pretty, I just felt like it was the wrong colour for this set. I'm using now, this is called Snake Bite. This is really nice. It's got like a greeny, lavendery, light purple kind of silvery, I don't know, so I just really liked it and I thought it was going to go much better. So I've applied 2 coats of Spring Petals, and then I've put some non-wipe top coat, but I haven't cured it, and I'm using my cuticle pusher to sprinkle the glitter onto that uncured non-wipe top coat. I think that's what I've done. So I'm going to tap off any loose glitter. How gorgeous is that though? Oh, I love it. And while that's curing, I'm just going to clean up my cuticle pusher and the glitter tray, because otherwise, knowing my luck, I'm just going to spill this everywhere. There we go. And then once it's cured, I'm going to take a hard brush and just get off as much of that loose glitter as I can. But the joy about the flexi hand is that you can take the fingers off and you can take the nails out of the fingers. So I'm going to take the nail out the finger and just wipe that glitter off that finger, and then I can just pop that nail straight back in. I love the flexi hand so much. I'll leave the link actually to Flexi Finger Australia I'll leave it there actually, and it's always in the description box anyway. So I'm going to go over with some non-wipe top coat. You will need a couple of coats because it is sugared, so it's going to have bumpy bits. But if you've got like a rubber top coat, you should be alright with one coat. But you can always buff any rough bits and then go over the top again with your top coat. So on the purple, I'm going to use the Twilight Pigment. You're going to go over the nail now with some top coat, but you need to make sure this is nice and smooth. So I'm going to take off those bits of fluff before I put it in the lamp. If you put it in the nail and it's got little bits of bumps or whatever in the top coat, you are going to see them once you put the pigment on. So I'm going to use an eyeshadow applicator to apply it. Oops. You will probably only need to use what's in the lid. You really only need a small amount. So you can see I've got a very wee amount there on there. As soon as it comes out the lamp, I like to rub the pigment in while it's kind of still warm. I just find it adheres nicer. I think once it cools, it's a bit of a bugger to get on. In fact, you probably might not even get it on once it cools. I find that generally with pigments, if you put it on while the top coat is still warm, it just goes on really nicely. So you can see now where the light is hitting that nail, we've got a really nice purple sheen. Oh, it's so pretty. So we're just going to seal that in now with another coat of non-wipe top coat. Another coat of non-wipe top coat, another layer. Sounds funny saying coat twice in one sentence. Again, do you know what? I cleaned my hand you know, I had like bits of flocking powder on it. I cleaned my hand and there's still bloody flocking powder everywhere. Right, I'm going to clean off the pigment from around the cuticle. So I like these as they were, but I just felt like they needed something else. So what I thought I would do is just some really easy 3D acrylic flowers on there. I'm going to use Nail's Mega White, and I'm going to take the finger off the hand again because it's just easier. So what I've done is I've got a small bead of the white acrylic. I've drained as much of the liquid out of the back of the brush as I can, and I've placed it onto that top coat. You need to, if you don't drain as much of the liquid out the back of the brush as you can, the bead will just end up running all over that nail. So you want to have a little bit of control with these, because you're doing, like, you're going to create a petal or petals, and you don't want them running into each other, otherwise you'll just end up with like a white mess on the nail. So what I'm doing is I'll put the bead on, I'll let it settle for a few seconds, and then I'll push from the middle outwards. So the middle of the petal is going to be the finest bit, and then you're kind of like pushing it out into, I want to say like a, it's not even a croissant, is it? It's just like a petal shape. Oh, I'm so rubbish at explaining things. And I'm going to put the last one on. So we're literally just doing a 4-petaled flower. Oh, for anyone that wants to know, I'm using my size 5 Nailmate 3D brush. There we go, just push that one out. And then what we're going to do is, in a minute, we're going to put some crystals inside the flower. I'm going to do half a flower coming out the back of the first flower. So we're just going to do the same. We're just going to put 2 beads on. And then again, we're going to push out from the center and just create a nice round petal shape. I didn't really think about this. I should have put the bigger flower up nearer the cuticle edge, the cuticle area a bit more, because the nail is now, hello, it's my little boy. I've lost my thread now. My little boy's at home because he was poorly yesterday. He was sick. So yeah, you can see I'm putting my flowers on and it's kind of coming off the edge of the nail. But I mean, it's fine if you like that kind of thing. I was a bit annoyed that I went all the way over the edge, but I don't know, it doesn't matter. I think the flowers look really pretty anyway. In a minute, once that's sort of dried or set, I'm going to take some of these crystals. These are AB crystals from Nail Sugar. I absolutely love these. They vary from size SS3 to SS16, so you get a really good range of sizes. I'm going to take some top coat. This is a rubber top coat. This isn't actually from Madam Glam, but I've run out of Madam Glam top coat, so I'm going to be using this one today. I'm putting a blob where the center of the flowers would be, and then I'm going to take, I've got 3 Diddy crystals that I'm just going to put inside each flower. This just gives it a little bit of sparkle, and it, I don't know, it just sort of, I think it kind of finishes off the flowers. There we go. So I'll cure that for 30 seconds. And this is the finished set. So, I mean, you can see the flowers just look a little bit funny halfway down the nail, but I don't know, it still looks pretty. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave me a like. If you haven't already, do consider subscribing. There is a link that you'll need to follow to Madam Glam's website, and a discount code in the description box. There's a link to Nail Sugar's website and the discount code as well in the description box. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you all on Monday. Bye.